Mamdani received the most votes ever for a candidate in New York City mayoral primary history. He won by over 10 points, 12.78 to be exact. So democracy happened, voters spoke, but apparently these two are hard of hearing. Or could they just be allergic to losing? Let's do a deep dive into these delusions. Okay, so here's the deal. In the Democratic primary for the NYC mayor, progressive newcomer Zohran Mamdani pulled off what can only be described as a political knockout. He didn't squeak by. He crushed everybody. 10-point margin. That's not a fluke. That's what we should call an actual mandate. Voters across the boroughs came out in droves to reject corporate politics. They were done with the scandals, done with the performative policing, and more importantly, done with establishment Democrats. Mamdani brought the fresh energy that voters have been yearning for. He was policy-driven, community-rooted, unbought, and unbothered. His win sent a loud and clear message. We want something new. But yet, both of these guys are still running as independents. But naturally, with every major victory comes a few haters. So let's start with Andrew Cuomo. Former New York governor, former media darling, and former, well, everything. He's part of the New York Cuomo dynasty. But after resigning in disgrace over multiple sexual harassment allegations and somehow still denying any wrongdoing, Cuomo disappeared for a minute. But now he's back and he's suddenly rebranding himself as an independent voice for the people. So he's out here running for mayor like the past 4 years were just a bad dream. But sir, this is not your redemption arc. Now let's talk about Eric Adams, the self-proclaimed blue-collar mayor who basically ran New York City like a big police precinct. Subway photo ops to blaming crime on drill music and vending machines. His administration has been a chaotic mix of vibes, and no results. But here's where it gets messier. Remember those federal corruption charges he had last year? Yeah, they mysteriously disappeared. And rumors have been swirling that a quiet deal was struck with the Trump administration. You know, one that magically made his legal problems disappear just in time for him to run again. So let me get this straight. The same man who is currently the Democratic mayor, now running as an independent, after dodging charges with help from the far right, wants to be the next Democratic mayor of New York City. Make it make sense. I mean, you're already the incumbent. You have corporate backing, media access, major name recognition, but yet your chances in the Democrat primary were so slim you had to run as an independent? Sir, that should have been your sign right there. I'd like to point out that running as independents after a primary loss isn't strategic. It's delusional. And let's be real, it reeks of ego, entitlement, and a deep fear of irrelevance. Now I know some folks might be like, it's a free country, let them run. Sure, but let's talk consequences. The vote that they siphon away from Mamdani as independents splinters the progressive base. And it opens the door just wide enough for someone else, even worse, to sneak in. Another Bloomberg, for example. Or worse, some far-right Trojan horse with a smile and a soundbite. Because this is exactly how you get one. This isn't about competition, it's about sabotage. And it's giving spoiler. It's giving sore loser. Mamdani earned that win. Period. It's crazy how Cuomo's campaign has already spent more time shading Mamdani than explaining why he should actually be back in office. And Adams literally hosted a people's mayor rally where he forgot to invite the people. Make it make sense. This isn't leadership, it's a midlife crisis in campaign form. Like, seriously. I don't know who needs to hear this, but being a public servant doesn't mean you get a guaranteed lifetime seat. If voters let you go, you're gone. I think they're both missing the whole point of democracy. So here's the bottom line. Mamdani won. Cuomo and Adams lost. I think it's time they need to start acting like it. So if you're tired of power-hungry politicians trying to claim to power, hit that like button, subscribe for more messy political breakdowns, and let me know in the comments. Think this kind of spoiler behavior should be banned? Or do we just have to keep dealing with sore losers hijacking our elections? But either way, until next time, see you soon.